Hi everyone and welcome to Morning Coffee Break. I hope everybody's okay this morning. It's Friday, August 4th. Currently it's 68 degrees. It's been raining a lot. Uh, so it's kept the temperature down. Currently it's 68, high today is 79. The high yesterday was just 72. No chance of rain. It says, I wonder about this app as far as the precipitation chance, because lots of times it'll say 0 and then it ends up raining like that evening or something. So I'm going to also start looking at, I think I'm going to start looking at our local weather also, the local channel, and see how that differs from the app. Winds at 5 miles per hour. Today there'll be a grocery outlet haul. We went to check to see if they had any of those Jimmy Dean products left. Got a good deal on the maple sausage. Definitely check that out. And they didn't have the Jimmy Dean biscuits. And then yesterday, after we left the car, the dealers, not the car dealership, the place where we got our tires, they work on cars. After we left there, we went down there and checked to see if they put any out, because the manager said they had some stuff in the freezer, but she didn't know what was in there. I thought she might go look, but she said, oh, the frozen food person will be here tomorrow. And so we went yesterday and they didn't have them. It's no wonder. I mean, though, $3.99, that's super cheap. They're over, I think they're at least $7 or more at Kroger for the biscuits, the Jimmy Dean brand ones. So let's see. Today we decided, I set out some spiral ham. The last time we had a spiral ham, we had enough left for 3 more meals, and we froze it, in freezer bags. So we're going to have some of that spiral ham. We still have some potatoes we need to use, so we're going to have mashed potatoes and green beans and tomatoes. I don't know if I have any cucumbers much left out there or not. But, hold on just a minute. Okay, so yeah, we had the oil was due to be changed. It uses synthetic oil. That's more expensive. But it takes about 7,000 miles in between changes, where it's like every 3,000 miles with regular oil. So, that's like 2 changes in a way. So that was kind of expensive. And then, they test everything, and our battery was weak. We got that thing about, we didn't buy it the last time. We didn't buy like the top of the line because they're so expensive. Batteries are crazy expensive now. I remember you used to get one for like 50 or 60 bucks, and the one we got last time was expensive, but I thought it was supposed to be a 5-year battery, but it didn't. It seemed like it's only been about 3. It might have been 4, but he said it showed weak. He gave me the thing that they do when they check it. It puts out a ticket or something, not a ticket, but like a paper that says what's going on with it. And it needed a battery. I don't want to get stuck somewhere without, with a dead battery. So then they, looked at it when they were rotating the tires. I did get that for free because we bought our tires there. But, I was really kind of hoping it was the brakes, because I kind of knew how much that would be, and I actually had a coupon for there if we had to have that done. But he came back and said, our brakes are fine, which is a miracle since it's an 8-year-old car, but it's the front struts. I don't know if there are struts in the back. Anyway, it's the front struts or struts, and that is crazy high. Yeah, the parts are expensive, the labor's expensive, so we would have had to come up with $1,300 more, and that's just, we just don't, there's no way. I mean, we don't even have half of that. So, we said, well, if we saved up our money, it might take a while. And he said, well, I think it'll be all right. He said, until you can, get things together. I really don't want to even ask about financing because you're going to pay more for it. You're not going to get any financing for something like that and not pay interest on it, So we're just going to have to wait until we can save up enough money. I hope it, surely it won't just tear up. And he said he thought it would be all right until we, however long it took for us to save up. So we're going to have to really watch our pennies because that's a tall order. $1,300, that's a tall order there. If we hadn't had to have the other stuff done and a battery, the oil change and battery, that would have been able to apply towards having that fixed. But that's what I was hoping it was not. I was hoping it was the brakes because like I said, I had a coupon that would have made them cheaper than normal, and it wasn't the brakes. So a little bummed out, but hey, really that's the really first. There was one thing we had done one time at the dealer. It was it was in the suspension. It was some kind of bar that we had to have replaced, but I don't think we had to pay much. I think it was still under partial warranty or something, so we didn't have to pay much for that. But this is really the first major repair we've had on that car in 8 years. So that's, when you figure that out by the month, that's not much. If you figured it out in the many years you've had it, it's better than making a car payment, in my opinion. I don't have a car payment. I don't want one. So I think in the future we probably need to try to keep a little fund, for something like that, and put a little bit in at a time. That way, if something happens, it might cover it. So, but I get I get anxiety. I have anxiety attacks and stuff like that, and it just, when stuff goes wrong and other things go wrong too, which has been one of those weeks this past week, it just kind of gets to me after a while, and I have a little anxiety, but the Lord will see us through it. I feel sure of that. We'll make it one way or another. So anyway, I don't have anything else wrote down. Got more tomatoes again. I've got about 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, at least 6 or more Black Beauty eggplants that are growing. One zucchini is actually growing on that zucchini that's in the pot out here, that's in the container. I actually got one growing out there. It's about that long, so maybe it'll start having a few. But that's what I'm trying to show y'all, is you can grow things in containers and actually have vegetables and stuff. But the secret to that is the bigger the better. The bigger container you use, the bigger and better the plant will be, and fill it all the way with soil. Because they will, even after a certain amount of time, they'll just about fill that thing up with roots. So you really need a lot of soil for them to not turn to where they're root bound. The smallest container I've got out there, I think, is one of the 1 gallon ones. I got some that are like 2.5 gallon, I think, up to, I don't know how big the biggest one is, probably a 4 or 5 gallon, something like that. But that's the rule of thumb, in my opinion, is use the biggest pot you can afford or find. Doesn't have to be fancy, as long as it has drainage, and fill that thing up with some good soil. Put some worm castings in there underneath your plant or seeds, and then after the plant grows, or if you transplant them, put some bone meal around the soil, around the base of the plant, and just kind of spread it around. And later on, like I did, I used some fish emulsion, all organic stuff. So, and they'll grow like crazy. So anyway, yeah, okay, guys. Sorry I went into the garden and had to give a few tips. So anyway, let's do today's tidbits, everybody. Tesla lockdown, Arizona man scorching ordeal. This is crazy. Recently, an Arizona man got stuck inside his Tesla Model Y on a hot day. He was unable to open the doors, windows, or even the glove box because a 12-volt battery inside the car that controls several accessories was dead. Why do you have to have a separate battery for something like that? Experts say Tesla has an emergency latch below the window switches of the front seat that can be used in such circumstances. So, why didn't that, maybe that guy never saw that there, or was unaware that it was there? Looked like it would kind of stick out or have some kind of little sticker saying something like use in emergency. I don't know. It sounds like he didn't know what was going on if he couldn't have got out of it that way. But I'm glad he's okay. I mean, he could have died in there with this heat. Heroic couple rescues 3 from drowning in sizzling Iowa reservoir. A Good Samaritan, Jason McClendon, and his wife saved 3 people from drowning at Iowa's Dale Maffett Reservoir amidst a scorching summer on Monday. McClendon battled steep dams and murky waters to rescue the distressed family. They performed CPR until the authorities arrived. The McClendons believe they were in the right place, right time to help. That's for sure. God had them there. And this is another rescue. Stranded at sea, 63-year-old New York City man's miraculous rescue. 63, and he's trying to swim across. Let's see. 63-year-old man from New York City was rescued from the vast waters of the Atlantic Ocean. The man had set out on a morning swim at Cedar Beach when strong rip currents swept him away. He's lucky he didn't drown from the rip currents, leaving him stranded without a flotation device. For about 5 long hours, he trod water until 2 men ultimately brought him to a hospital. Thank God. I mean, because without any kind of, he could have only swum so long before you just finally, you can't do it no more. You know, that'd be awful. That seems kind of old to be, doing something like that though, that far, trying to swim that much. Or maybe he wasn't going to swim all that much. It just caught him, the current. That shows how strong they are, though. And this is kind of sad, but I think it's good. It'll give closure to the families, Frozen mystery solved. Hiker's remains found after 37 years. They'll have some closure now. After 37 years, the body of a missing hiker has been found on a thawing glacier near the Matterhorn in the Swiss Alps. The 38-year-old German mountaineer went missing during a hike in September 1986. Climbers stumbled upon human remains at the Theodule Glacier last month. DNA analysis confirmed that it was the long-lost mountaineer. It is sad, but like I said, I'm sure those families have really had a rough time not knowing, about, having his remains to be, placed in a cemetery and things like that, to be properly, buried. So I'm sure they're happy, at least for that. I'm sure they're still unhappy that he's gone, but, Okay, what's going on? I got some best free customer coupons. I got to make sure I look at my emails because they've been sending stuff like this more than they're sending the paper ones, it seems like. And usually I get some kind of a free item, and it's usually a pizza, one of their private selection pizzas. In the paper coupons, and I noticed I didn't get one free anything. Sometimes it's 18-count eggs. It's been Quaker oatmeal, which is like $4 and some. But the pizzas are like $5 or $6.99. But when I did these, clicked on the Kroger Best Customer ones, the free pizza was there. So we got till September 3rd to get a free pizza. So that's good. And they had some other ones too. And supposedly the best customer coupons, I think you're supposed to be able to use those even on top of some other deal. I don't know. I'd have to make sure about that. Kroger, like I said, they got all kinds of, got all kinds of rules about stuff. I get so aggravated. And I got a thing from Sample Source. I think I showed last time where they sent Kitty these. One was called Little Shakes. One was called, what was that stuff called? Let's see. Little Gravies, Little Grillers, Little Shakes, and Little Surprises. I gave them to her. I give them to her just like a treat, just put them on a plate or something, or maybe one of these styrofoam bowls. She don't like them. There's one of them. What was it? The whitefish. She'll lick around that one a little bit, some, but like some of them, she's like scratching, like it's poo poo, And so I had to tell him. I'm not going to tell him. I'm going to tell him the truth. I did a survey, and I said she really doesn't care for them at all. None of them. Not really. Not to where I would buy them because she doesn't eat enough of it. So yeah. That's. They want feedback. I got it. I'm not gonna make up anything to get more or anything like that. Maybe they'll give me more because some more samples for her because she didn't like it and they want to, they know she's finicky or something. They don't look appetizing, but I guess a cat looks at it that way that much. Okay, how about this? Accidental Wilderness, how a Canadian garbage dump became a wildlife refuge on Nice News. About to run out of time. I've been running my mouth a little bit. And there's the picture. From poppies springing up from cracks in the sidewalk to ivy enveloping a tumble-down building, evidence of nature's resilience and adaptability is everywhere. But there are few places where it's more apparent than the Leslie Street Spit, a former garbage dump turned wildlife refuge nestled in the heart of Canada's biggest metropolitan area. Officially named Tommy Thompson Park, the 3-mile-long peninsula spanning more than 1,200 acres was initially established to be a breakwater to protect the city's expanding port and shoreline, according to the CBC. Development began in 1959 and involved dumping construction waste into the lake to form the perimeter, while filling the inner areas with sand dredged from the Don River. Okay, let's see. It's telling them about the whole history of it here. Good grief. I'm trying to see where they actually... So anyway, they turned it into a, like I said, wildlife sanctuary. And here's some pictures, I guess, now. Looks a lot better now, doesn't it? And they got this is a little video, I guess, of this, and then owls and little birdies. So that is nice news that they turned a dump into a, what do they call it, National Wildlife Refuge. That's cool. Okay, everybody, that's going to be it today for Morning Coffee Break. I hope you enjoyed it. I got my camera a little crooked. If you did, I hope you'll press that like button. Also subscribe if you haven't already, and share this out, and hit that so you get all my videos as soon as they come out. Definitely check out the grocery outlet haul today, and if you haven't seen it yet, check out Logan's Awesome Snack Reviews. Bye everybody, and God bless.